Welcoming in now a friend of our show, a sponsor of Golf Talk Canada from Bushnell Golf, Jerome Khan joins us. Jerome, thanks for taking the time, as always. You know I love the product. Bushnell, the number one rangefinder in all of golf. There's a lot of product. I've been a Bushnell guy well before Golf Talk Canada as well. I won't play without it. But I wanted to touch base with you. Not only we were planning on talking about the successes of Bushnell from 2020 and what's coming up in 2021. But last week, huge announcement. PGA of America basically announcing that the PGA Championship, the Women's Championship, and Senior Championship would allow rangefinders and yardage devices for the first time in major professional golf at that level. What was your reaction when you heard that news? And how, if any, will this change your business moving forward?
Well, first off, thanks, Mark, for having me on the program. We're excited to have a show like yours and be a supporter of a show like yours that promotes golf in Canada. So we really appreciate being a part of the program. With regards to, Bushnell and the PGA decision to allow rangefinders, there's been a lot of mixed emotion on social media on whether it's good, whether it's bad. From our perspective, the one thing we want to make sure that people really understand is that, it is a PGA of America decision and not necessarily a PGA Tour decision. So PGA of America decision, meaning that it's just going to be in the PGA of America events. So that would be the first thing I think that people need to understand the difference. We believe it's a great step forward. Right now we already currently have multiple extremely high percentage across all major tours using our product. As it relates to the PGA Tour specifically, we have 99% of the players use our rangefinder. Now, they're using them in practice rounds. Generally, they're using a slope version, and that's so they can compensate that yardage depending on where they are. A lot of what's going to happen, we believe, is that we're going to see potentially maybe a slight increase in play. All the data we have before suggests an increase in pace of play, which I think is great for the game. But the reality is with the tour caddies, they are mapping the course already with our rangefinder previous to the event, that really the only quickness or added quickness in play is really going to be for errant tee shots. And, I think there's some people that think it's going to ruin that classic idea of the game and having the caddy, but all the caddies are using them anyways. And so this is just one more step to help alleviate pace of play. And as far as I'm concerned, as a golfer, anything we can do to make pace of play quicker, even if it's 5 minutes, is massive. Because I think that's generally the biggest complaint with, in golf is pace of play. So we're pretty excited to see it kind of come to fruition. We believe that, people are becoming more and more widely accepted with the rangefinder. Now this decision only, further exacerbates the fact that, even the best players in the world were already using it, but the best teachers of PGA of America, PGA of Canada, they're fully endorsing having a rangefinder in the bag as well. So we think we should have a strong year, especially hopefully with an early spring that should happen, even though today it doesn't look like it.
Well, listen, I agree with everything you're saying. Even if they find a few minutes here or there, that adds up over the day on the PGA Tour. So even if it's a small win, and you're right, I'm out there a lot on Wednesdays for practice rounds before our PGA Tour radio broadcast starts on Thursdays, and every single player has your product in the bag. And the one thing that you kind of touched on there that I don't think anybody's speaking about right now is people mimic what they see on TV. And a lot of times that's a problem. You and I have both been behind a group that thinks they're playing the US Open and are mimicking, exactly what they're seeing on TV as they shoot a tidy 96. Well, hopefully they mimic what they see on TV at the PGA Championship, which is put a rangefinder in your bag. It is the best way, or a GPS device, etc. Now, you suggested, there's a lot of wins already from the last 12 months. You had a big year. Everybody knows, obviously, you've been the number one rangefinder in golf for forever and a day. But there's many different product lines in that category. But there's also other product lines that you guys found big wins in last year, one being the Wingman.
Yeah, so, big thing for us last year, and kind of took us by surprise, I guess, say we knew we had something great was our Wingman Speaker, so GPS Wingman Speaker. So it was a GPS and a speaker combined in one. So really what we want to focus on is providing the most accurate yardage as we could through GPS, making it very easy for the recreational golfer. But then adding that music component, which people really enjoy out on the golf course. We're seeing it more and more, people having speakers and music. Not every club's going to allow, obviously, music on the golf course, but creating that fun environment out there. And it has been an absolute hit. We kind of joked, it's like, did we just turn into a speaker company with how many units? We've really had struggled to keep them in stock at a lot of our retailers across North America. But we think it's a great, fun way. You get, those yardages. You can put custom chirps in. That's been a huge feature that I know all my buddies. So after they hit a shot, whether it be good or bad, depending what they have on the speaker, you can put that in there and chirp them. So, we're really excited about our GPS line as well. We don't want to forget about our average golfer or potentially an older consumer who has a hard time with stability holding the rangefinder of the hand. We're still going to have a product for them to get it the most accurate yardage possible.
And don't forget some of our younger players as well on a Saturday morning after a big Friday night. They can't utilize that as well.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a hybrid. I'm a Pro XE guy. There's a Tour V5, etc. Like you have a lot of popular product line, but there's a hybrid as well, correct, Jerome? Which is a GPS and a rangefinder in one.
Correct. Yeah. So we do offer the hybrid that will kind of bridges the gap between both. So some guys like to really know front, middle, back distances, not just specifically to the flag. So it is a combo unit that runs via both battery and you have to charge the GPS component. So that's a model that's done well. But what we're seeing more and more is, depending, again, on the player type, is someone like yourself who's a competitive golfer, an avid golfer. They're really going to now, gear towards a Pro XE. And the benefits of that Pro XE for an avid golfer is it's going to be more durable. It's fully waterproof. It's going to have the most powerful laser that we make. We have the best slope compensated algorithm in the business. So you're going to get the most accurate yardage with slope. And has the bike technology where you can magnet on the cart. I think slope is one thing that I find interesting is, if we were to go back, say 8 years ago, in terms of rangefinder sales for us and just what the consumer wanted, people didn't really want a slope rangefinder. But now, every year, we see those slope rangefinder sales increase because that's what the consumer wants. They're like, yeah, you know what? I want to have a slope rangefinder in my bag because I play X course that's got a lot of up and down. So that's been pretty interesting to see. So the Pro XE is definitely someone like yourself, Mark, who's an avid golfer. Our V5 Shift, it's going to be, any golfer. So we're going to have a new improved on the V5 Shift slope algorithm. Both units have V5 or virtual jolt. So that was a new technology we came out with a couple of years ago. And so the advantage of that is that, we would get that jolt vibration to know that you locked on the flag. But with virtual jolt now, what it's allowing us to do is basically drag and guarantee we're going to get the flag every time. So what you're doing is you're picking up, say, a tree or something in the background, you slide it to the flag, and it locks on very quickly. So that's been a cool feature on there. And bike technology everyone loves because you can just magnetize it to the cart if you're a cart golfer. And just easy to find. You're not fumbling around. Oh, where did I put it? Oh, it falls out of the cart. So that's been a big feature for us as well.
Well, I love the product. I use it of time. I won't play without it. I won't use GPS. I'm a walker most of the time, but when I do play a certain golf course that has carts and GPS, I will not use the GPS in the cart. I don't trust it. I only trust my Bushnell product. Sometimes maybe that is irritating to some of my playing partners, but I said, how often those GPSs are wrong sometimes in those carts, depending on where you are. My Bushnell's never wrong. So I know we're planning a social media contest at some point this summer, which we'll get into later this spring and figure it out what that's going to be for all of our listeners and viewers coast to coast in Canada. But thanks for your support. Love the product, Jerome. We really don't partner with anyone at Golf Talk Canada where we don't actually believe in the product and use it ourselves. Bushnell is no different. And thanks so much for your support and good luck. I'm sure you're going to have another amazing year.
Thanks, Mark. Again, appreciate support from you guys also. And to all of the golfers out there that listen to the show, follow us at bushnellgolf.com. follow Golf Talk Canada, follow social, and love to see you guys out there on the course.
Yep, lots coming from Bushnell this year. BushnellGolf.com, BushnellGolf.com, your place to find all the information for all the product we've touched on, and a few more we didn't touch on today.